Hello, I'm Lisa Rigisich. I am your student's AP Language and Composition teacher, and I'm glad that you're watching this video. Welcome to my living room. I'm going to share my screen, and you get a front row seat in the messy world of teaching online. Here we go. It's getting less messy, I will say. Welcome to the brand new world of distance learning. We've learned a lot since spring. We continue to learn and we're doing it better as we are able. The focus of this class is really everything's an argument. Everything's an argument. Every article that you read that's unbiased in the newspaper is still taking a position and making an argument. Every painting, every photograph, every advertisement in a magazine, obviously every novel, every poem, every photograph. People who create things they want others to consume are trying to convince you of something. And really, that's what AP Language and Composition is all about. We have a test, obviously, which will be Wednesday, May 12th. I'm going to talk to you about the test in a minute, but I want to talk to you a little bit more about everything's an argument. Before you see that slide, let me talk for a minute. So I'm going to stop sharing. What I want to say is I taught honors English. I have taught honors English for 8 years at Las Lomas, and AP Lang is new to our district, not new to the College Board, but new to our district. I'm teaching it with Jamie Greer. We did a 40-hour training this summer. It is heavily regulated what we do and how we do it. Here's the textbook your kids have. So what's exciting for me is that I was a little bit sad that honors was going away. But what I've discovered in really learning about this test is what it tests the kids' ability to do is extremely useful in life. When you think about it, we're always being manipulated. And this course is going to teach your young person how to read a novel and say, what is this person trying to change my mind about, and do I buy it? They're going to learn how to recognize when they're being manipulated and how they're being manipulated so that they can decide for themselves. Now, the downside of this, parents, is that they may also learn to frame their own arguments in ways that will convince you. So they might become a little craftier in asking, say, to stay out a little later than usual. I'm kind of kidding, but not. There's a way to approach things depending on your audience. So I will talk about the test in a minute, but we've already started this, and you can talk to them about this. They have to analyze who's the person who produced this thing you're consuming, be it a television advertisement, a poem, a novel, an article. What is the general subject? What's the argument that the person's making about the subject? For example, when Harper Lee wrote To Kill a Mockingbird, the subject was a white attorney is representing an African-American man who's been accused of a crime he didn't commit at a time when people were prejudiced. So that's the subject. That's the content of the book. But what's the real subject? Let's go with don't judge somebody by their externals, right? So the argument is it is wrong to judge someone by their externals. What does the speaker do to make that argument? That's where they really get into the art of argumentation. And this big textbook that I just showed you talks about nuances of argument. In the case of Harper Lee and To Kill a Mockingbird, which I assume many of you have either read or seen the movie, she creates two characters who you love, actually three if you count Atticus Finch. Boo Radley, who, when judged by his behaviors and rumor, you think he's crazy and evil, and he's the opposite. And then Tom Robinson, who's an African-American man who is really one of the heroes in the book, but he's been accused of a crime, and their society makes assumptions that he committed the crime that he's accused of. And yet these two, Harper Lee makes the most moral. She gives them virtues. She makes them generous and selfless. That's part of her argument. So then the bottom line here is, what is the purpose? Why does anybody write or paint or whatever? Why does anybody put the message out there? What do they want to change in society? And finally, based on the answers to all these things, who do you think is the attended audience? I always tell them, if you are the speaker and your argument is, hey, let's all meet at the park at 2 a.m, and you're making the argument to an audience of your friends who you want to meet you at 2 a.m at the park, you're going to frame it one way. But if the audience is your parents, it's going to be a very different argument that you craft to get what you want. So that's where I said, sorry, if they get really good at arguing, my fault. Okay, here's a good example. This is a Banksy. What's the argument? You have Cupid slingshotting a heart, and look at how it lands. Is this a positive message? What's it about? I don't know. Maybe love, maybe our hearts. I don't know. Kids are going to have lots of opinions about it. All right. So everything's an argument. Let's go back to the test. Sorry. Okay. You should sign your student up for the test. I'm going to tell you why as a teacher and why as a mother. First of all, Ms. Greer and I don't believe there's any way they'll be able to do a full-length test. Last year, it was one 45-minute essay. Kids did very well. We will prepare them for the whole test, but it's probably going to be a truncated test. So it's a little bit easier. And secondly, I have my older son going off to college this year, and he took AP classes. He took 7 AP classes at Las Lomas. He passed 6 of the 7 AP tests. So that's 6 college classes I don't have to pay for. My husband and I are very glad. So it really does help to get AP credits. And most kids pass. Okay, most kids pass. So all they need is a 3, a 4, or a 5 in order to get college credit. Moving on. Synchronous teaching. I will have your kids interacting a lot. I'm going to have them interacting during our live lessons. I will seldom talk like I'm talking to you because I firmly believe that if I can accomplish something in a pre-recorded video, then I should just give them the video and let them watch it on their own time. Our class time is for them to interact around the subject matter. So they'll be doing a lot of that. Asynchronous, I'm just assigning reading and writing. It'll all be very clear on Canvas, as will the expectations and the syllabus. So here's a question for you. Got Canvas? I'm going to show you. You're going to need it. If you didn't already download the app, I'm going to show you how to do that too. But here we are. This is the AP Language and Composition course. I'm going to show you the student view. Here you go. This is what your kids see. And something weird is opening up. So here it is. The agenda's on the homepage every single week. Everything they need to know is here. If they want to look at assignments, they go there. Modules are here. Here's what I want to point out to you. Here's all the course information, including our syllabus. Kids know it's here. Okay, I'm going to click on it and just show you. Because it's an AP class, we are bound to list objectives that are true of every AP language class across the country and are represented in this text. So I'm not going to say it's so riveting that you're going to lose sleep reading this thing, but all the information's there, all of it, and we'll be going through it as is necessary. Here's what I want to tell you. Parents, if you need Canvas, if you want Canvas so you can see what your student is doing, you need to download the app. If you download the app, you still need a pairing code from your student. I'm taking just 30 seconds to show you this. You can rewind if you need to. Here's what you need to know. I did this.
Parent in the App Store for her mobile device. After it downloads, Amy searches for her school district in the search bar. When she finds it, she then sees the option to sign in. Amy does not have her own Canvas account yet, so she selects Parents of a Canvas User, Create Account. She enters her name, her email address, and creates a password, but does not have a student pairing code.
There you
Tucker
go.
creates a pairing code from his account by opening his account settings from the global navigation bar. He selects Pair with Observer and gives that code to Amy. She can now see Tucker's classes and
Ladies and gentlemen, it is that easy. I wanted to be able to access it on my computer. So far, the only way I've been able to access Canvas as a parent is through my phone. It works fine, just so you know. I wanted to show you that. Okay, ways to support your student. Download the app if you haven't. Emotions, I just wanted to talk for a minute. I am a student of adolescence as a teacher and adolescent development, and I also am the proud mom of two boys. It's messy. They are in the identity formation stage of their psychological development, and the number one most important thing to their development is peer interaction, and it's been severely limited by COVID. And I just wanted to acknowledge that I think they're stressed. I know we are as adults. Um, and I'm going to do my best to support them and to make everything feel doable. It's a lot of work, this class, but it's not any busy work. I told them that. It's all good stuff. I'm not going to assign something in the textbook we're not going to talk about in class. Work for the sake of work is way overrated. And can I get a hallelujah on that? I think I'm preaching to the choir. I want to talk a minute about WCEF. WCEF funds so many things that we wouldn't have without them. Music, electives. I'm the distance learning coach. We have different coaches that are funded by WCEF. Technology, our wellness center, which has been amazing. These things are funded by WCEF. So I just wanted to say thank you if you've donated. Thank you. If you have not donated, we understand. Times are tough. But I just wanted to thank you, and I want to thank WCEF for all that they do. I encourage all of us to give when we can. I know you give in a lot of places. How to reach me, email's the best way. My last comment to you, probably, is reach out when your young person is having any kind of trouble that you think I should know about. Even if you want me not to say anything, it's helpful to me to know what's going on so that I can support. That's what I'm here for. That's what I'm paid for. That's what I do. So don't ever hesitate to reach out. Okay. And encourage your young people to reach out as well. I'm really glad you're here. So far, you just have amazing kids. It's going to be a good year despite all of this that's going on. And let's see, I think I am absolutely at the end. Take care and hang in there. We got this together.